Hello, my lovely, beautiful souls. If this found you, you have learned how to take your pain and craft it into your personal power. This is something you've already done. We'll get to the good stuff in a second. But you have learned how your past has made you stronger. It's made you better because of what you've gone through. It's also taught you how to know who the F you are, is what I'm hearing, down to the very, very roots of you. And now, what Spirit is leading you into, you're being invited into a deeper sense of mastery, is what I'm hearing. Mastery, capital M. And Spirit is helping you understand now what it means to take your personal power and mold it into peace, craft it into peace. Yeah. And this is a peace of the mind, a peace in the heart space, a peace that surpasses, as they say, all understanding, right? So good. And so what I did was I wanted to grab a couple of energies to start us off with, because I felt that there was an energy around you right now that is helping you as you learn this lesson of deepening into peace, right? And how is this happening? It is happening because you are it's like this call to being led to fully trust and have faith. And so as we're learning this lesson of trusting, of having faith, which leads to this place of peace from our personal power, right? That was once our pain. The energy coming around you right now is the mermaid energy spirit, oceanic serenade tail allure. And so I really was getting from this that, yes, ocean spirits could definitely be with you at this time, but I'm getting this like ethereal, watery, blue, silvery, obviously, right, with the colors in this card, but this like ethereal type of energy. So I'm also getting like angelic energy from this as well. So your angels are very close around you at this time. If you do happen to live near a body of water, it could even be, doesn't have to be something big like an ocean, but it could be a lake, it could be a river, it could be a pond, is what I just heard. Any sort of body of water would be very helpful to you at this time. Even just maybe taking more baths than normal is going to be really helpful for you in cleansing your energy and helping you deepen into, I'm hearing deepen, it will help you deepen into a helpful energy for your spirit guides to usher you through this gateway as you learn this lesson of trust and faith as a result of your personal power. And then we also had the skull rosette fragility coming through. So what I was getting from this too was, it's been a really, really long time since you have really experienced any amount of true peace of mind without some lurking nagging. I'm getting worry, anxiety, doubt, fear, hiding, lurking somewhere underneath. I'm seeing like a shark underwater, you know, the Jaws theme song, the dun 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 dun. That's what I'm getting. Your worries have been like, your doubts have been like, your fears have been like, there's always been this subtle anxiety that's been an undercurrent to everything that you have done. And I'm hearing that that is slowly but surely falling away. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's a step-by-step process, but gradually over time, it is coming to a point where you are shedding all of these lingering energies that have been residual in your energetic field, is what I'm hearing, so that you can truly be free and have this lightness of mind, of heart, of spirit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And what I'm seeing also, what Spirit was showing me, is as we're learning to take our personal power and what it means to craft it into peace through faith, through trust. I'm getting trust first and foremost right now. Maybe we can do a part 2 on faith, but I'm really feeling the energy of trust right now for you guys. And what Spirit was showing me is it's like two sides to the same coin. The masculine energy is trust and the feminine energy is faith in this sort of like duality, if you will, of what it means to be able to embody this season of peace, this presence of peace. And I'm hearing that Spirit is really helping you deepening into this like co-creation type of energy as a result of this. So it's something that's requiring trust from you right now, obviously, as we're talking about trust, but it's more of like an easing into flow is what I'm getting. So being able to maybe ask ourselves, it's funny, yesterday I was feeling a lot of like stuck energy and kind of some aching pain in the left part of my heart space. And so I was feeling it for over an hour. And then all of a sudden, as I was doing some breath work on my yoga mat, Spirit told me, how about you just lift your arm a little bit so that it's kind of like propped up beside me, sort of a thing. And as I did that, it released that aching pressure and it felt so nice. And so Spirit was showing me, it's like, yeah, it's small adjustments. It's little adjustments like these that can make such a big difference. And that's what I'm feeling in your energy right now as well. It's like, how can we offer in a little bit more release, a little bit more relaxing into flow, into ease, so that we can lessen tenseness, lessen tightness, lessen grip. Because what I'm getting is I'm getting this energy of like, okay, yeah, Spirit, like totally got you. I will trust you. Let's do this thing. But I'm seeing somewhere underneath hands grabbing. And so subconsciously, I feel like there are parts of you that are subtly still grabbing onto tiny things that want to be like, that you want to be under your influence, or that maybe you think should be under your influence. And so there's this call to understand this masculine and feminine energy balance of knowing, yes, it's great to take action and control the things that we can control, but it's almost like this place of serenity that we're coming to, where you do what you can do, you do the action, you do the thing, and then you're actively using your masculine energy at the same time. Yeah, this is really interesting. So you're actively using your masculine energy at the same time to decide to release and flow. Once this action, once this output has been done, once it's been completed, you're like, okay, I'm going to actively decide to release and to flow. And so that allows your feminine energy to take its place and to step in to do its work. The feminine energy is all about holding space for Spirit. It's all about holding space for your frequency, because Spirit responds to our frequency. And so being able to, yeah, it's almost like I'm getting the action are the seeds that are planted, and then the feminine energy that holds the frequency and holds the space is the water that waters the seeds so that the plants can grow. I'm seeing like little sprouts, like boop, 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 growing all over. And it's because of this beautiful balance that you're coming to realization that you need, and you're deepening into an understanding of what it looks like to walk this co-creative energy out in your life. Interesting. I like this. I like this. Yeah, because it's like okay, because Spirit's also saying it's like you've had to set strong boundaries with other people in the past. And this is, again, how you've turned your pain into your personal power. You understand and you value your own time, your own energy so very much that you knew when there were certain situations or circumstances or people or places or things that were draining you, that didn't deserve your focus, you cut them off, or you learned to set very strict parameters around those things and say, hey, if we're going to spend time together, I can't have this type of energy always coming up, in our dynamic when we talk. Like, we need to be able to have like X, Y, and Z happen. Like, I'm hearing that type of a conversation happen with other people, so that you can create a healthier dynamic with others that you come in contact with, so that you're not drained by your interactions with them. So Spirit's saying that has been incredibly important for this last leg of your lesson. But now, as you're deepening into what it means to create peace in your life, it's moving beyond this sense of like, yeah, Spirit's wanting you to release boundaries with them. They're like, release boundaries with us. You don't need boundaries with me, kind of a thing. I am God. I am the end all be all. I am the great I am, however you want to attach meaning to Spirit, to God, to source. But Spirit is saying, release your boundaries when it comes to me, because what I'm calling you to is moving beyond conditional trust. I'm hearing this is trust without reserve. Interesting. This is trust without reserve. Yeah, because there's still unconsciously elements that you're grabbing onto and you're not fully relaxing into it. Yeah. That's totally what I'm getting here. It's like you're not allowing yourself to be present with the uncertainty in its fullness. You're relaxing into parts of it, but not all of it. And Spirit is saying, I want you to completely let go. I want you to challenge yourself and completely release, because everything will not come tumbling down. It will not collapse, because you already know what it means to put in healthy action. You already know what it means to be in a healthy masculine energy, is what I'm hearing. Confirmation burp. So you don't have to worry that by deepening into your feminine essence and releasing some of that control, you don't have to worry that things will fall apart. Spirit's saying, let me work magic in your life. Watch what I can do in your life. Because the proportion, the amount of blessings that I can give you is in proportion to the amount that you can release, is what I'm hearing, the amount that you can let go. Watch what I can do. It's like dreams beyond your wildest imagination will take fruit and take form and take flight. Interesting. Love the alliteration there, Spirit. It's all going to come to fruition. But beyond your wildest concepts is what I'm hearing. You have dreams that come to here when you fully release and trust and let go and come into this place of true unconditional surrender, trust, faith with Spirit. It's like Spirit's going to take you way up here. Off the map is what I'm hearing. It's not even mappable. So you don't understand what exactly is headed for you, but it is something quite large, quite big, if you are able to deepen into this place of flow. Yeah. Okay. So I want to bring us to a little poem that I did here. Brings me back to my slam poetry days for sure. A little bit of a different format today. And it's all about trust. Okay. Trust. Trust is a river that invites you to journey on its path without being able to see the end. Oop, I booped you. I'm sorry. It flows, a true paradox. It knows and yet does not know, but offers a certainty and peace beyond circumstance, beyond outcome. Trust alleviates the burdened will, calms the crowded mind. It offers root to sustain you through the unpredictable. It bears the weight on the bridge from prisoner to victor. Trust allows a specific lightness of the soul, a release of force and a letting in of the most quiet, intricate strength. Tendrilled cords made of the softest steel your heart ever knew. Not there to close but to ground. Freedom from attachment. This is who you are. Without all the worry, the anger, the jealousy, the fear, how could that ever not be worth protecting? So we practice. Every day we learn more and more what it means to feel whole, secure, content. Not when, but now. And then afterwards, Spirit also put, when we exit the thinking mind, we enter the knowing heart, which I absolutely love. And then it's interesting. I was given little diagrams as well, as I was kind of thinking about this whole concept of what it means to have faith and trust enter into our lives and how that gives us peace, and I feel like he was giving me diagrams, Spirit was. So I feel like this is exhibit A here. So I was seeing 3 layers here. It's we have this understanding, which is in the mind, in the brain, right? Which is ruled by logic. We can logically understand something. We can logically wrap our heads around a certain concept, a certain idea. But to deepen from there is believing, which is rooted or grounded in hope. And it's okay, I believe for this thing. I hope that it can be true. I have this this sense of wanting it to be so. But then we move to an even deeper layer into knowing, which is where the heart space resides, in this deep knowing. And this is rooted in unconditional acceptance, which I love. And this was also what Spirit was talking about before, where it's this idea that no matter the outside circumstances that are taking place, or no matter the things that are happening around us that we cannot control, it doesn't dictate how we feel internally. It doesn't uproot our internal knowing that absolutely everything is working out for our highest good. And we can have trust in Spirit despite what might be happening. That might be counterintuitive. That might feel like it's not happening like we would want it to. Like we have a certain idea of how plans or, our life should be working out. And when it doesn't happen according to timelines or to the parameters that we set in place, we start maybe getting a little bit in our head of like, why isn't this working? What is going on? And Spirit is saying that, no, there's an unconditional acceptance in this knowing that happens, in understanding that my ways are higher than yours. There will be parts of Spirit that we will never be able to consciously comprehend in our human avatars on this plane of existence. And that is just like something to accept in and of itself, but understanding that because there are some things that are so incomprehensible about Source, about Spirit, about God, that we will never be able to wrap our brains around. It's like there can be a deep certainty of knowing within us that maintains this rooted sense of peace and understanding that we are completely whole and okay and good and full of joy and serenity right here and right now, despite what is happening in the world, despite what is happening around us, despite the injustices that are happening in our community, in our country, right? This is getting deep, Spirit. Wow. Yeah, it's understanding that everything, it's like that Ram Dass talk, everything is perfect. This is a little bit of I'm not going to go there. So anyway, if you feel called to go down that rabbit hole, it's called Everything is Perfect. It's a Ram Dass talk, and it beautifully explains what I was just kind of delving into a little bit. But if you'll look at Exhibit B here, we have, Spirit was showing me, you've turned your pain into power, and now you're turning your power into peace. And this is through the bridge of trust and faith, right? So trust being the masculine side of the coin, faith being the feminine side of the coin. So thought that was absolutely interesting. What I want to do is I want to quickly get a little bit of tarot here. I don't want to make this message too long. Spirit, what else? Oh gosh, just too many. You guys, did you see? I was so good. I didn't look, right? Spirit, what else about trust? Oh gosh. Okay, fine. It's gonna be one of those days. Okay, fine. We'll take all of them. So we have 4 of Swords. We have the Emperor. Yeah. Oh, we also have the Queen of Swords. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. What else do we have? We have Justice. Balancing of the divine scales. And balancing within yourself. And then Ace of Cups. This is everything that I was just talking about. Oh my God, I just booped you again. I'm so excited. My goodness. And then we have the King of Wands here at the very bottom. Okay, first off, I absolutely love this spread for a couple of different reasons. It's almost like this divine story that's playing out here. Spirit is very cinematic. Very, very storyteller-esque here. So we have the 4 of Swords, which is deep healing, which is what I was talking about before, this place of you coming to this inner space of healing within yourself, of knowing that what you've gone through has made you stronger. It's made you a better person because of it. There's a certain rooted sense of character that's developed. The root sustains the fruit is what I'm hearing. And so because of this pain, it's deepened that root system to sustain very, very bountiful harvest, I guess. Is that the right term? Anyway, I'm seeing a huge oak tree, and this oak tree would not be able to stand without a very deep, intricate root system. And your pain, the lessons that you've learned along the way, your strength grounded in humility and grace and what else? I don't know. I guess I was wanting more, but Spirit's saying no, just grace and humility. So because you've had this quiet strength grounded in grace and humility, that's given you a very, very big root system to sustain this huge oak tree of blessings that's happening in your life as we speak right now. You are on the journey. This is happening. I'm seeing a big sparkly path spread out before you, and Spirit is leading you down this pathway to a beautiful existence beyond your wildest imaginations is what I'm hearing. And so because you've done all this healing to turn your pain into your power, it's allowed you to step into, and I feel like the emperor is power personified. You know what I mean? Like that is the emperor archetype. You being able to know who you are, to have that inner sovereignty, to have that rooted sense of self, to not let anyone shake your tree. Ha ha ha, spirit. Okay, because we were just talking about that oak tree. To not let anyone shake your tree, right? And so with that, it's come a huge level of discernment, as well as what I'm hearing, it's you being able to understand. And this is what I was talking about before with you setting boundaries. This is basically everything that I was saying before. Spirit's just summarizing it, right? So you setting boundaries with other people, it's allowed you to take back your own power. It's allowed you to understand who exactly you are, speak with truth, speak with fairness, with righteousness is what I'm hearing. Interesting. And then being able to have this divine sense now of culmination within you is what I'm getting from the Justice card. It's you being able to balance out those scales within yourself of knowing that, okay, yes, having personal power and sovereignty is great, but there also needs to be this softening. There also needs to be this releasing. And so there's this balance that's coming to fruition within you, right? And that's manifesting outside of you in the form of you getting everything that you could absolutely want, but it's happening through Spirit's guiding hand, and it might not look the way that you expect it to. And that has to be okay, is what Spirit's saying. Okay. And then we have Ace of Cups as well. Here at the very end. So like I said, this is giving you everything that you could have ever wanted, your true wish fulfillment. Yeah, I think it's also interesting at the bottom of the deck here, we have gratitude coming out, also with the mermaid tail, right? We had the mermaids coming out previously. But I'm hearing like gratitude is the gateway. Gratitude is the gateway to everything that you're seeking. So whenever we start to feel a little bit discontent, or we start to feel a little bit like complaining is what I'm hearing. Yeah, so whenever we start to feel that way, being able to remind ourselves of what we're grateful for is a powerful tool to be able to root us back into a higher frequency that takes us out of this it takes us out of this wanting energy. I'm getting this hungry type of energy of like, I'm not satisfied, I'm not happy because of the way that things are happening, and so I'm complaining, I'm a little bit sad, right? And so it's like this hungry wanting type of energy where we're pulling outside of ourselves because we don't feel wholly content and secure within our own vessel, is what Spirit's saying. So there's this energy of being able to understand that gratitude is what's going to help you relax more into your inner sense of wholeness, is what I'm getting as well. So we have the spiral. Interesting. This has been following me around for years. Okay. Connect the physical self to the higher self and all levels of our being and into the core of the earth. Raises one consciousness on the path of the evolution of the soul. So it's like you're coming back to the center of yourself slowly but surely. You were out here taking on other people's projections, insecurities, traumas, ancestral and otherwise, and it was causing you to be in this disempowered state. You've been taking back your personal power, and now as you take back your piece, it's like as you take back your piece, that is the final piece to the puzzle. Is what Spirit's saying. Oh, you're funny. Yeah, so I'm definitely getting that this is kind of like the key. This is the answer. This is the final piece of the puzzle for you, whatever. That's fine. And then we have Fruit of Life at the bottom of the deck as well. Represents the female movements or elements of creation, the ordered pattern of creation and the rewards of our labor. Yeah, what was I just talking about? Being able to release more into this feminine energy. Yeah, it's like being able to manifest with this certain balance within you that you have never quite embodied before. It's like instead of this next phase of your life being about manifesting through masculine brute force of will, it's learning to have this, I'm hearing like catch and release, like again, deepening into this co-creative energy with Spirit. Interesting. It is definitely a lesson for you, I think, for all of us, in being able to understand what it means to deepen into trust and to not let that mean feeling unsafe because there's a loss of certainty. I think we're coming into this place as a collective of understanding that when we deepen into trust, we can be just as safe despite the unknown, despite the uncertainty, because we have a knowing faith and knowing trust in Spirit, in Source, in God. And Spirit is like holding us in the palm of its hands. And it is like carrying us to this next stage, right? And so that's what I'm really getting for you, is it's like, allow yourself to be carried. I was getting that several weeks before. It's like the great allowing, I think it was. And allow yourself to be carried. Yes, that's what I'm getting here. Because it doesn't have to be hard. It just needs to be intentional. Beautiful. Okay. With that, I'm going to leave that there. It was an absolute honor getting to sit in your energy. I don't know why I'm doing this. It feels like the little, do you guys remember when you were a kid and like this used to be like little fishies, like boop, boop, boop. So I wonder if it's because we got the mermaid, like aquatic energy, that this is coming through. Fish could be significant as well. Definitely look up the spiritual significance of fish at this time. That could be relevant for you. It was an absolute honor getting to sit with your energy, hopefully helping just a little bit as we continue walking each other back home to ourselves. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.